Best-selling books, big box office, and bombshell television specials are hitting us over the head with a new club. Fact. The once popular, strictly fiction format is gradually yielding to history, phasing out in favor of truth. Example: Reince, ABC's 12-hour surefire winner. It held you because it happened. Here's another novel of historical significance. Futility. That's the name of the book. Futility. And you say you've never heard of it? You'll wonder why you haven't when I tell you the rest of the story. The novel Futility is about the maiden voyage of a fabulous ocean liner, a ship far larger than any previously built, labeled unsinkable. The vessel sets sail for New York from Southampton with a cargo of complacent passengers, strikes an iceberg en route, and goes down. And the ship was called the Titan. So why didn't author Morgan Robertson come right out and say it? His Titan is obviously the Titanic. Both liners were touted as the biggest and grandest and most luxurious and fame-proof. Both struck icebergs on their maiden voyages between Southampton and New York. Both were inadequately stocked with lifeboats, resulting in heavy casualties. And both sank at exactly the same spot in the North Atlantic, each on a cold April night. It would seem clear that the real-life ship Titanic is the setting for the novel Futility. So why would the author have allowed for such minor discrepancies as these? The Titanic, the real liner, displaced 66,000 tons. Robertson's vessel, the Titan, displaced 70,000 tons. The Titanic was 882 1/2 feet long. Robertson rounded off his ship to 800 feet long. Even the apparent abbreviation of the name Titanic to Titan seems hardly worth the use of literary license. After all, both liners were triple screw. Could travel up to 25 knots, could carry up to 3,000 people. All of the specific similarities were there, and yet author Morgan Robertson did not call it history. Why? In the first place, Robertson's characters, the passengers aboard the Titan, were purely fictional. Their personal interactions, problems, fears were examined closely, and at last the ship sank, hence the novel's title, Futility. But there's another type of futility demonstrated in Robertson's book, a hopelessness that not even the author himself could have recognized. For the novel that so accurately described that authentic disaster in the Atlantic, the book that charted an invisible course through the water to an appointment with death, owned up to its title beyond the wildest dreams of its readers. The literature that in every way seemed to recount, in reality foretold. In 1898, 14 years before the real Titanic set sail. And now you know the rest of the story.